Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Tiger here. I'm coming to y'all today with just a little smidget of how I make my chicken and dressing. Um, this thing only gives me 10 minutes, so I'm gonna have to do this in intervals, just showing y'all my prep. So, first, the chicken. Here's the chicken. I bought a pack of chicken legs yesterday. And yeah, so now and it's nice and tender. So now I'm gonna take the meat off the bones and put it into the pan that I'm gonna make my dressing in. Okay. That is my popcorn, so mind your business. This is the little pan that I have for my dressing. I hope it's big enough, but we'll see. So first thing you gotta do is take the meat off the bones. Okay, now that I've took all the chicken off of the bones, what you see here is the cooked chicken and the caramelized broth that I leave in the chicken when I cook my chicken dressing. Okay, so now I'm finna cut up a little bit of bell pepper and some white onions. Now, before I put my onions and bell pepper in my chicken, I'm going to season my chicken with a few more seasonings before I put the onions and bell pepper in. Okay, so first I'm going to start with a little bit of Lori's seasoning salt. Next, I'm going to use some paprika. Then I'm going to use some black ground pepper. Then I will be using some thyme leaves. And I'm basically just sprinkling a little bit of all of these seasoning, not putting a lot of seasoning like that. Oh my God, I love cumin because it just tastes good in dressing. So now I'm using a little ground cumin. Now, I use a few sprinkles of that, okay? Next, I'm going to be adding some parsley flakes. And I'm just basically sprinkling it all over my chicken. Parsley flakes. Next, I'm going to be adding a little bit of onion powder. Also, a little bit of garlic powder. Next, I will be adding some minced onion. Yeah, I like my dressing to have a little crunch. I don't like it to just be all soggy and stuff like some people be making their dressing. Ooh, horrible. And last but not least, some ground sage. You gotta have some sage in your dressing. Now, my sage, I gotta kind of put that on heavy, so I'm gonna have to take the top off a little bit. Sorry. Yeah, mix all this together before our next ingredient. Then you gotta add some cornbread. And it's the cornbread I made the other night, and I'm just gonna break this down, put a little water on it and some butter, put it in the microwave, soften it up, and then I'm gonna mix that with my chicken dressing mixture. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the cornbread in the microwave for about 2 minutes. Okay, and then I take the cornbread and I'll mash it up inside everything else. Yep. I love me some dressing, y'all. For real, for real. I think the biggest part for me is making sure I have enough sage. And yeah, because that just like kind of set the dressing off, you know? Okay, now we done mashed up all of the cornbread. I added 1 egg to my dressing mixture. I think I'm gonna add 1 more. Yeah, just 1 more. And I also added a few breadcrumbs. Even though I use cornbread, I also use breadcrumbs in my dressing mix. And that's what that looks like. Now we're gonna mix all of this together. Somebody wanted some attention right there. Okay, I have a couple more things to put in my dressing, but before I do that, I'm gonna taste it. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. I didn't even put this in the oven yet. Oh, yeah. A little more garlic, a little bit more sage, and some broth. Yes. Okay, and my last ingredient is some beef broth, and I'm just going to pour that in this pan. Okay, so now I'm going to take the beef broth, and I'm going to pour it on my dressing like that. Okay, and I'm just gonna pour like half the can for now, and then I'm gonna put this into the oven. Okay, and that's in the oven, and I'm gonna put that on like a 30-minute timer. I changed my mind, I know. And I'm gonna start that. Okay. And after that, then my dressing will be done. So let's go on and wash the little dishes that we have in the sink now so we can prepare the next entree. Okay, so I usually cook my turkey like early Thanksgiving morning. But right now I am about to marinate my turkey and let it sit in the seasonings and stuff till the morning, and then I'm gonna cut it on and cook it. Alright, so let me show you the first thing I start out with. So the first thing I start out with is a little more foil pan. Yeah. 1 second. Best Choice young turkey right here. Okay, so when you prepping the turkey, you gotta take all them giblets and all that stuff out of the turkey, and then you gotta wash the turkey. Look, this little back tail part of the turkey, I never liked that, so I always cut that off, which is what I'm about to do right now. Okay, so now I've transferred my turkey into this other pan where I'm going to season it. So, yeah. Ready? Now the first thing I'm going to do to my turkey is pour a little canola oil on it. This helps with making your turkey juicy, and it just helps the seasonings to blend in better, and yeah. Then you're going to rub the oil like all over the turkey, all over the turkey body, everywhere like that. Yes, honey, yes. Turn your turkey around. Pull it on the other side as well. Okay, she ready. She is ready. After you washed, oiled, and got your turkey ready, now we're gonna season this turkey and put it in a bag and let that seasoning marinate overnight. So I put a little seasoning salt, but all my other seasonings is about to follow, which is some garlic, onion, black pepper, cayenne pepper, parsley, garlic. Yeah, y'all know the drill. Paprika. Make sure you rub all your seasonings in real good. You want to season her real good. And then flip her on the other side and do the same thing. Now I'm adding a little thyme. It should look like this. Then you're going to put it in a bag with some onions and bell peppers. This is the bags that I'm going to be using because I like my turkey to be tender and juicy. Onions and the bell pepper, I'm putting some of these in the bird